are doing this incredible.
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think first of all, we have to go back to the writer. You are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you. Miss Nigeria competition.
I said, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.
The show is The Woman, and I'm Elizabeth, the show that gives you a total overview of the value of Nigerian women and their great achievements. I keep moving around because I know that Nigerian women are not just doing their stuff in one center. They're scattered across the ends of the earth. Today I am in Benin, and guess what? I'm going to be having a conversation with a woman who has so much influenced my life for such a long time, and she actually did it without knowing. Who is my guest? Let's find out after this time out. I don't think in gender boxes at all. I just get on with it.
A man that would dare to ask the wife, who do you think you are? That is a real man.
In fact, our husbands are our firstborns. The husband needs more attention than even the children.
It's not only about work, it's not only about family. They need to take the time to look after themselves, and we don't do that.
They took my money, I paid every fees. I never asked to be hoisted as a governor. I wanted to be allowed to go out there and contest for the position of governorship candidate first.
There's nothing greater than looking back and seeing that while you were aspiring, you were able to inspire others.
Empower to women.
Yes.
We need to have more women, more multitaskers around Nigeria to get Nigeria working.
Definitely. Okay, if you're just joining us, the program is The Woman, and you're right on time. I have a guest here, right here in Benin, a woman who's touched several lives, including mine. A woman I've so looked forward to meeting, and today God bless me with that opportunity. She is the Archbishop of the Church of God's Mission International and the Chancellor of Benson Idahosa University. Please join me as I welcome someone I want to gladly call Mommy, except she doesn't look like it. Archbishop Margaret Benson Idahosa. I'm tempted to call you Mommy because I should actually do that, but you don't look like Mommy. You look like 50s, and I keep asking myself, what do you do to keep it up? That will be a question for later in the course of this program. But I'd like to go first. Your husband, the Archbishop, he was known as Papa Idahosa. A lot of people call him Baba as well. He started this journey for all of us. And long before he started, you knew about him. And long before he met you, he was already a man of God. But I'm wondering, a lot of people get daunted marrying men of God. You were not. What was the attraction for you?
Well, thank you very, very much for you coming to Benin and to come to my office to find a certain thing that we do. I'm glad to let you know that when I knew him, he was not a pastor. We normally call him Brother Benson because he with his bicycle from one street to the other, sharing tracks and all that. I knew him as that. But as time went on, when I left the college, and he came and said he wants my hand in marriage, I said, no, you don't have to do that. I have known you as a brother because I'm an only child. And when I met him, I took him as my brother. And I said, no, what will I tell people? What will I tell my friends? But he insisted. And as soon as he said that, something happened on the inside of me. And I said, this man is really real. So we just started talking and all that. And today, this is where we are.
Now, you talked about his vision. A lot has been said about that particular vision. We'll get to try to analyze them one by one. But on a certain airline inside the aircraft, your husband made a statement, the world will get up for you.
And a lot has been said about that, and we'd like to hear from you, who is very close to him. That prophecy, can you share what happened exactly for us?
T.L. Osborne came for a program, and the aircraft was full, and T.L. Osborne had to leave that evening from Lagos. So my husband, as he normally does, he went into the aircraft. No, he stopped the aircraft and he went in, and he found out that everywhere was full. And he just announced and said, please, I have a guest, and this guest must travel tonight. If any one of you is not going to do anything in Lagos tonight, can you please give him your seat so that he can go? And a young man, very young, got up with another man. Two of them now got up, but he got up first. I don't know what happened. My husband cited him and said, thank you, young man. And then T.L. Osborne left. So they came down. I never went into the aircraft with him, but when two of them came down, I heard my husband telling him, look, your world will hear of you. He first of all asked him, what is your business? He said, I'm just a small businessman and all that. And my husband said, your world will hear of you. I never knew his name, I never knew him before, and that was it. So that's how far I know about the story.
That's great. When people get to obey the voice of the men of God, blessings follow them.
That's true.
And you have lived with him, or you lived with him for a while before he passed on. It's about 2 decades now.
Yes.
I'm wondering, what was life with your husband like for you?
We lived as husband and wife. We lived as brother and sister. We lived as my pastor, my archbishop, my lord, and all that.
I'm trying to, you've mentioned a whole lot of things. I'm trying to create a picture in my mind. I'm sure a lot of people will be doing the same. Wondering, at what point does she know this man is the archbishop, not my husband? At what point does she know this man is my husband? How do you, put the brick wall against each of the apartments?
When we are at home, it's Benson Idahosa.
Oh.
To me and the children.
Mm-hmm.
We laugh, we fall on each other. At times, he backs me up, and I put him on my back, I'm crying, and I say, no, and the children too. But when he is at the church, I accord him the respect and the dignity that he commands for his office. And that's it. So when he comes back home, I say, forget that one, oh boy, now how's you day so? But that's how we manage. No, not manage. That's how we lived. Every morning I kneel down to greet him. My Lord, the sugar in my tea. How's your morning? Great. What are we up for today? But when we have guests, I let them know that he is the head of this family. He is my Lord. He is everything to me and the children.
That's a whole lot to do.
When we are on our own in the evening, we sit down, we chat, we do like boyfriend and girlfriend, and children coming in just like that. Many times, when both of us are talking, and the children are prognosing, my husband will say, listen, this is my time with my wife. So when it is my time with you all, she has no right to come in. Now this is my time with my husband. I say, I'm not very sorry, sir, we are sorry to delay. That's how we live.
It's a beautiful family. Okay, as you make your bed, so you lie on it, they say. But then talking about your husband's dream, he had so much. At a point, he told you he thought he had finished what God told him to do on earth. But then you continued to carry on. You held on the light. You have been holding it up to date. I'm wondering, being a lady, being a woman, being a widow at a point, up till now, what are the challenges like for you?
He told me, said, Margaret, I think I've finished everything that God told me, I said, no, you need to travel. Because each time he travels abroad, he comes out with a fresh vision and ideas. And I said, honey, you need to travel. He said, no, I'm telling you the truth. You know, he was telling me that he is preparing to leave. But me, as a wife, I said, oh no, you need to travel, and when you go, you are by yourself, and the Lord will begin to reveal certain things for you to add to us in the ministry. But he said, no. He said, I now live for posterity and not prosperity. Posterity, that is the thing that will live after me. So we just joked about it, and then we traveled. We both traveled together. When we finished, he said, honey, I want you to go see the children, because all the children were living abroad and school and all that. I said, no, I said at home that I will travel with you and return with you. He said, no, you go, see about their fees, see about their dawn, see about that. And you know a woman, when you talk to a woman about her children, you have touched her heart. I said, okay, honey, I will. I was seated in the sitting room with my sister when I heard a telephone, and he said, Daddy wants you at home now. He's not feeling well. He wants you to sit by him. I said, no, you have to tell me the truth. Because since we got married, he has never been sick to letting me know that I need to sit by him. And I said, no, something is wrong. No, he said, no, nothing is wrong and all that. And that was it. Then my sister from Tosta now gave me a call and said, listen, you are a woman of God. I need to tell you the truth. I don't need to beat about the bush. Archbishop Margaret Idahosa is going to be with the Lord. It was like music in my ear. And I said, what? We have just spoken. You know, when he's out of town or he's traveled a long distance, we talk as if it's a boyfriend and girlfriend matter. And I just finished talking to him. Just few minutes after that, somebody told me that he's going to be with the Lord. I mean, I couldn't believe it. You know, it was like a dream, or I couldn't just know. I didn't know what to do. I mean, my childhood boyfriend, now my husband, now he's gone. I was 55 when he left, and I didn't know what to do. But thanks be unto God today that I was not disobedient to the heavenly voice.
We're good. We're happy you did not. But a lot of people would have remarried at that tender age. You didn't. What happened?
My dear, once is more than enough. Once is more than enough to be married. I just told myself it's enough for me. I have all my children. I don't need a home. I don't need security. I don't need children. I don't need to scare for what I will eat for life.
Definitely.
You know, these are the things that a woman will definitely need. I need security. I need a home. I need protection. I need finance support and all that. This he did before he left. And I said, it's enough for me. So there was no need for me to look out for a man. For what? What will he have? What will he do for me? You know? Plus the big ministry he left behind. So I just decided, Lord, I'm married to you now. Because your word declares you are the husband of the widow. I accept that. Anything that will give me an urge on the inside to desire a man, kill it. And God did it for me. And I don't miss it. You know, I miss him, but I don't miss it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm happy.
It was a taboo at the time to even see a woman on the pulpit. But you came on board, you took the bull by the horn and drove it to the apex. How did you surmount all the challenges of being a woman in the vineyard of the Lord?
You know, before he left, he has always pulled me along. It was me that was pulling myself back. I said, no, honey, it's you that God called. He didn't call me. I'm just here as a help to meet your need. And he said, no, I want you to know that as long as I'm here, as I'm called, I'm calling you. So he never left me behind. Plus, each time he asked me to do anything at the pulpit, I would say, honey, what are you doing this? He said, listen, when Paul said women should keep quiet in church, at home, he said, you weren't there. Were you there? I said, no, I wasn't there. So Paul wasn't talking to you. So talk, open your mouth. You have a vocal organ that cannot be sidetracked or sidelined. Open your mouth and speak.
I don't know challenges, from the male folk, doing what you were doing, especially when you became an archbishop.
Number one, when I was put into this position, I went to God and I said, God, I live in a man's world. It is hard for women to be called bishop and now archbishop. It's not common. But God told me, Margaret, I thought I made you in my image. And if the spirit in a man comes out and the spirit in a woman comes out, they are the same. There's no difference. No difference at all. And I said, okay, God, that's fine. Then he told me, Margaret, I am not female specific or gender specific. And I said, okay, God, if you are not gender specific, whatever you say, I will do it. And I started doing it. And the first meeting I had with all the bishops, and I told them, I said, listen, this is the job that Archbishop has left for us, and I know that you all are men, but as God has put me here, I want us to join our hands to work together. And one of them said, oh yes, you are now. Give us your deputy. You must give us your deputy. I will give you my deputy, but allow me to seek God's face. I don't want to make the first mistake. I want to seek God's face and bring it to you all to let you know who is my deputy. And for 2 weeks, God did not speak. And I was just in the bathroom one morning, and God spoke to me loud and clear and said, Margaret, every bishop is your deputy. The one in Aba is your deputy. The one in Agbo is your deputy. The one in Warri is your deputy. The one in Lagos is your deputy. The one in Abuja is your deputy. And so I was so happy, and I called and I said, God has given us the deputy. And we prayed together. And I told them, God spoke to me and said, every one of you is my deputy.
That's amazing, very amazing. Now, as the Archbishop of one of the largest churches in Nigeria and the Chancellor of a great citadel of learning,
Idahosa University.
Now, I also know that you're a mom. You've said it too many times here for us, a very loving one too. I'm wondering, how do you juggle your activities as a Chancellor, as an Archbishop, as an administrator, and as a mother?
It depends on priority. I prioritize my activities. When it is time to be at home with the children, I'm at home with them. But now they are all grown, they are all married, so that one has no problem at all. When I'm in the office, I know I am in the office. And I don't carry the office to the house. When I finish, I close and I'm gone. The next day, I do what I'm supposed to do. Then I don't carry grudges. You know, the thing that can make you to be old as a gagu is grudge.
I told you I was going to get a secret. You see, I'm getting it.
Grudge, unforgiveness. Unforgiveness as a dagger. It goes to your throat and to the throat of the guy that you are annoyed with or that you have refused to forgive. But when you forgive, I mean, you are at ease, you are at peace. So I have to free my mind, I have to be straight in my mind to do the work of God. So that has been.
Okay, we are learning from you, and we intend to implement what we have learned.
Oh, and if you do, you will live a peaceful life.
I sure will. And I know that you just told us you have grandchildren.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, what has grandmotherhood done to your life? How does it feel?
I feel elated. I feel good on the inside. For me to know, you know why it's different for me. I got married, and for years I didn't have children.
Oh.
And after about 5 years, before God opened my womb, and it was like a crash program. 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that.
Like building a staircase.
Every year, just like that. And so when they all grew and they started getting married and having children, it was like heaven on earth for me. Who would have thought that I would even have children, not to talk of having grandchildren? So I love them, and you know, when they come to the house now,
spoil them.
Oh my God, I sit on the floor and they sit around me. We are playing some on my back and we are crawling and all that. It's a joy. It's a fulfillment from God that I'm not only a mother, I'm a grandmother. And I believe I will be a great grandmother.
Amen. Amen. If you need help to carry someone, just call me. I'm available. Now, I see a lot of women around you. You've trained. It's a thing of joy for all of us, you know, to see that not only you stepped out, you also decided to carry other people along. But there are a lot of women who are called, but they are scared of coming out. What would be your advice to such people?
Number one, if I live 100 years, 200 years, and my life cannot impact anyone, it means my living is in vain. God said in His Word that when you know God, make Him known. When you have talent, the talent that God has given me, it's not just for me to eat and drink. It is for me to pass it on. Mas Moreau said the richest place on this planet Earth is buried ground, or burial ground, or the cemetery. Because many songs that were not sung are buried in the graveyard. Many talents, many things that God has embedded in people's lives that will have benefited others were not done, and they were buried alive. Me, I want to die empty. I don't want to die full. I want to die empty. Every gift and talent that God has given me from the foundation of the earth, I want to be able to transmit it into other lives, especially women. I want to encourage every woman, if you are called according to what you said, I want to encourage you. I want to fan those gifts into flame so that you can be all that God has asked you to be. You know, by the time we finish on this planet Earth, God is not going to ask you, were you married? How many kids did you have? No. What about the gifts and the talents that are embedded in you? What did you do with it?
What's the secret of this youth and beauty? I said I was going to extract it. You gave me one.
Oh, yes.
So I want more.
That is the truth. That is the truth. I wake up early in the morning, do my prayers, go to the gym if there is time for that. Like today,
you work out?
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh,
I have a
really?
small gym in my house. It's not a lot. I mean, maybe treadmill, and I do all that just for 10-15 minutes and go into the sauna and I come out. But most importantly is no grudge.
All right, thank you so much. You've been such an inspiration as always. Even when I knew you from a distance, you inspired me, like I said. And meeting you one-on-one hasn't been any different, except you added more to it. Thank you so much. And if I haven't picked anything today, I've picked the fact that if I want to enjoy my life, I must learn to influence other people's lives, you know, positively speaking. And for those of us who are wives at home, if you want to have your honor, give it first to your husband. The program is The Woman, and you know my name already, Elizabeth. It's my pleasure always to bring you the spices of women in Nigeria. I'll see you again next week.
Well, there's a myriad of things. I think first of all, we have to go back to the writer. You are very well known for your teaching skills. Your students speak a whole lot about you.
Miss Nigeria competition.
I said, you know, let's pick them up, let's take them back to Nigeria, and let's teach them a different kind of job.